Welcome back to the Mike and Jay's Vault of Horror. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're discussing...
Stephen King's It.
Which It?
Well, I think we're going to go with the new one this time, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I think that'd be the best way to go about it because it's probably the most fresh in everybody's mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I was super worried about this movie, Mike. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I was so scared that, like, not scared, but, like, I was, like, just worried, man. Like,
I was worried, too, about this because if you watch... I'm sure everybody here's seen the original TV movie version of it.
Yeah.
Of it. And,
Yeah.
and I was actually worried, too, because, you know, a lot of times you don't get a lot of good remakes.
Yeah.
Either it's a carbon copy remake, which is useless to me, I think. And then what got me really excited about it was I was on the internet and they released the first picture of it. It was just a black cover. It was just him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is fucking badass.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, that guy looks creepy
as
good,
shit.
and different.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, it was different enough from the original one, and I think they upped the creepy factor a lot on this one.
Yeah, just the picture alone say, okay, this is where they go with this. Okay, then the final countdown. Wait, I just watched it. Let time pass. And finally was there, and I watched it, and I could not believe what I seen. It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
I couldn't believe how good they actually did this movie.
It surprised me. Like I thought for sure I was gonna be like coming out of the theater going, "Oh God, what the fuck again?"
Right.
Fucking Hollywood rebooting everything. But this time,
fuck it up.
Man, it was really good, man. And not only Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, I thought he did a great job. I thought, like, I was really up in the air. Like, that was gonna like be the hinge of whether I liked or
it was
hated.
Tim Curry, you know.
Right, because you're going up against
fucking
Tim
legend.
Curry, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, a lot of people don't like the Tim Curry guy as much. I thought it was great.
I think it's the opposite for me.
I loved it
because
you know,
people always compare Tim Curry as like. I remember I was talking to Toke's girl about it, and you know, she liked it, but she didn't. What she talked about, she didn't care for it yet. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was talking to her about this, and you just seen half the movie. You watched the TV movie, but you seen the whole movie. What the TV movie was, I thought, was the second part that lacked of the original TV
with John Boy Walton and the adult version.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be very hard for anybody to top the kid part of that movie because it puts you in a certain frame of mind. It takes you back to when you were a kid and you were afraid of things in the dark and you know things that go bump in the night.
But this one though, it was our age, which I loved, which brought me back. Because before when I watched it, when I watched the original, it was it was like in like the 50s version, you know. And now, when I watched it, I was like, wait a minute, these kids are almost my age.
Right.
These kids are my age going through this shit.
In like a generation that we would be able to identify with.
Yeah. And
you know.
And that one part right there just bugged me up, got me more into it. And they shot it. It was actually a beautiful movie.
Yeah, they did it really well.
Damn near beyond my expectations for this movie.
I thought a couple of things about, like, you know, you got the group of kids, and that's what I think really makes the movie special or the story special is because everybody kind of like has that memory of being a kid and hanging out with your friends in the summer and all this shit. And then the stuff goes down, and just the friends just kind of form a unit, and they have each other's back, and they got to face up against this otherworldly being and all this. But in the end, it's just a story about friends and, you know, getting through life and learning and stuff like that. You know, like Beverly is going through like some weird stuff at home with her dad.
Yeah.
Like, is he like a molester or what is going? I worry about you, Bevy. And
Yeah.
it's like, I know in the movie, both movies, it's kind of implied, but in
I
this
think-
one, it's a little more hardcore.
Yeah, because the other one was a TV, which you couldn't do what you could do on TV to movies now.
Right. Yeah, he was definitely a creeper either way.
Right. There's some shady shit going on.
And you know what? This movie, the child actors that they had is just really what made it as good as it was. Like those kids from one of them is from
No, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
Those kids, man, they are just so good. They're so good at what they do.
Yeah,
And,
all of them were great actors, and
Mhm.
you can actually physically see the fear in their face when they were acting.
Right.
I was
especially
really amazed.
The one kid from Stranger Things, I forget his name, but anyway, he's like the one that's just constantly jabbing his buddies, and he's talking shit all the time.
Right.
Like he would definitely be kind of like the toke of that group.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Definitely, that's how Mark was when he was younger. He was some big shit talker.
Yeah. But certain things like changed enough to where I thought the movie was new and fresh. You know, like that house that they went in.
Right.
You know, that house, like that wasn't in that original movie. And so if you've never read the book and you know what I mean, and you saw the original movie, it's fresh. You know, like he's in like a haunted house. You know. And Pennywise was like trying to separate the kids and like get them to kind of, because that was basically how they could defeat him, was to unite and stand strong together.
Yeah, he fed off their fears.
Right, and so
That's
if
what
he could
salted the meat.
separate them, that's how he was going to gain power over them. And there were some things that I thought like I could have done without that shit, like the lady from the painting.
Okay.
She had like the weird face and shit.
Yeah, the weird twisted face, yeah.
It's not that I hated it or anything, but I just kind of was like, I didn't like that as much. It wasn't. It was the heavy use of CGI that I was just like, it looks fake to me, and it's kind of taking me out of the movie. That was like one of the few complaints I had. I didn't have a lot of complaints, but that particular monster, I was just like, oh, they probably could have done a little better there. You know.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't have that problem. You know, I was watching it. You know, I'm used to a lot of CGI now, all the movies.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when they put a little bit here, a little bit there, it doesn't
don't have a
register
problem
bad
with
for
it
me.
either.
But
But that one was just like, maybe it was just because of the makeup of what she actually was. It almost looked like PlayStation 2 graphics to me. Like, just, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy that part of it. I thought they could have done something different. In the original movie, I think that kid was, it was the Jewish kid, right?
yes.
He was the Boy Scout,
Yep.
and he went into the house, and there was like
But they didn't really show anything with that one.
No, but like a mummy type thing came down the stairs, and he ran out of the house scared, and he jumped on the back of his homeboy's bike.
But
and
he didn't.
Hi-ho Silver away.
He didn't describe anything though. Really, he just kept quiet about it.
Yeah, because he was weird. He's the guy that ends up killing himself.
Yeah,
In the
which I
town.
kind of hope they don't do that, because that kind of threw me off with the TV. Was
It's
he
like you
automatically
just-
slit his wrist.
Just get
and-
rid of that guy completely. Yeah.
Which I didn't like about that. It might happen in the book. I'm not sure.
It's been so long, dude. I really should reread that book. I was like 12 or 13, I think. when I
But
read that.
that's what threw me off was you had these group of guys and this girl together, pretty much as a family. Then right from the get go, one's gone. Slits his wrist in his tub, and
Right.
and that was it.
Maybe
Threw me
Stephen
off.
King did it that way because Pennywise's goal is to divide them, and he got the weakest of them, and he got to him. But that ends up being a reason for them to unite a little stronger or something. I don't know, but I know that in the second movie that comes out, it's going to be, what, 2019?
I believe so. They already got the Beverly, the actress who's going to play Beverly signed already. I know that for sure.
Now, see, that's what I'm worried about. They're going to have their work cut out for them because the first movie, the child actors really carry that movie. I mean, Pennywise was great, don't get me wrong, but those kids really made that movie work. And without them, they better get some really good actors to follow up, because it's one thing if you start with something and then go to something better, but if you start with something great, now you have to be even greater, because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, part one was awesome," but the final part sucked. You know?
Yeah, but that was like the TV movie though. It was the second part was really lacking and wasn't as good. This is what will bring it overboard. I think is if they do this second part right, this will blow the TV movie out of the water and kill it. Because if they can do this right, yeah.
The second movie is probably going to be pretty long too. How long was that first one? 2.5, 3 hours?
That wasn't 3 hours.
2?
It was at least 2. Yeah.
I thought it was more than 2, but
let me check it real fast. Let's see.
Because I didn't feel like that's another thing. Like that's a long movie, but you don't feel the length of it. You know?
No, the whole movie was enjoyable. It was like, and the plus the beginning, Georgie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they showed it.
That was a great scene. Like, wow, they did a great job on that. Holy smokes, man! When the old lady comes out and she sees him like looking in the sewer and stuff,
right.
And then something else gets her attention, but then she looks back and she sees a big puddle of blood,
right?
And she's like, "Huh, oh well, let me go inside." Like,
yeah, that was weird. But then again, but they showed it Pennywise.
You
controlled the whole time,
right? And it's almost like they kind of just like let it go because
he let them see what he wanted them to see. Because all these kids murders, the FBI, everybody be all over the place about this, but he kept it in a small town.
Well,
he's like the puppet master.
It seemed like the townspeople had kind of like resigned themselves, like, okay, once every 30 years or whatever, however, 27
people didn't realize it. It was the kids.
Yeah.
The grown-ups didn't realize anything, and they showed it when the kid was getting stabbed, was getting carved up. You seen the parents just drive by like nothing happened. You seen that balloon pop up in the back seat. Yeah. That showed you Pennywise was pulling the strings on everybody.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Yeah, I agree, man. That's definitely what I'm taking from it, and I hope that the second part is as good as the first, but. It's gonna be. They got their work cut out for them. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, but after the first one, I think they could do it.
They probably could. I am kind of interested to see the interaction between the Bill Skarsgård Pennywise and adults. Right? Because we've only seen him really interact with kids up to this point.
That's right.
So that's gonna be kind of cool to see. Like, well, how's he gonna react when they're grown-ups? Is he gonna be the same as he was in the first one, or is he going to be more like serious and visceral because now he's dealing with adults? Yeah, because
for him they were weak prey. They were like easy catch. And now as adults,
right now they're a threat because they're no longer his normal prey that he would like.
They're the ones that defeated him.
Right. So now he's going to have to pull out all the stops.
And will we see a different Pennywise?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think we will. I think we'll see somebody who's
more
serious.
Have they signed Bill Skarsgård for part 2?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they have.
It would be a huge mistake not to.
No, I'm pretty sure he's in for both of them, and
they might maybe change him slightly, just make him more villainous, or
I don't know if they would change him. I think that his attitude would change more.
Maybe
because his attitude was
he's no longer trying to scare them and get their fear that he feeds on. Now he's trying to survive himself. Because they defeated him in the past.
Right.
And now they're coming back to try to take him out. Because he didn't come back this time to try to get to them. He came back because it's his normal feeding ritual.
Right. And then that's when they start coming around.
Right. And so he's got to be on his guard. Like, they're going to be his enemy. They're stopping him from getting to the new batch.
He's looking at them now as his equal.
I would think so. Yeah, like something. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to before, like I said earlier, was the easy prey, which he realized they weren't. But now, as them being together and adults, he got his work cut out for him. I think we'll see definitely a different Pennywise in this one.
Yeah.
If not, if you're watching this, different Pennywise, please.
Yeah. This is battery acid, you slime. And now you die.
Right.